Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further.
Hi everyone, so today we're having a look at number families again, but this time we're having a look at number families when we're looking at division in number families, okay? So, division in number families is slightly different and slightly more complicated, I would say. But the method again remains quite similar. So the first thing we need to do is we need to answer the first multiplication according to our method. The second thing says, when dividing, subtract the amount of zeros in the second number from the amount of the first number to get the amount of zeros in your answer. Now that sounds really long-winded and really complicated, but actually it's probably a lot easier when you see it done. So let's have a look at this to start with. 63 divided by something is 7, so 630 divided by something is going to give you 70. So the first thing says we need to answer the first multiplication. 63 divided by what is going to give me 7? Well, what I could do there is I could do the inverse. 7 times what is going to give me 63? Well, I know 7 times 9 is going to give me 63, and I could write down my 9 times tables until I get to 63, or I could write down my 7s and see how many lots of 7 make 63. I'm going to use that final method there. I'm going to write down my 7s and see how many lots of 7 make 63, because when we're doing division like this, we can just do the division to work out what the missing part is, okay? So we don't have to do the inverse or anything like that. What we can do is we can just do the division here to work out what the missing part is, similar to a part-whole model. So write my 7s down, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. So how many lots was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 lots of 7 are going to make 63, okay? So I've said 9 lots of 7 make 63. So 630 divided by something is going to give me 70. So similar to how we did it when we were doing the multiplication version of this, I'm going to write 63 divided by 9 is going to give me 7. And then underneath it, I'm going to write 630 divided by something is going to give me 70. Now, when dividing, subtract the amount of zeros in the second number from the amount in the first to get the amount of zeros in your answer. Okay, well, I've got 1 0 here in my question, and I've got a 0 in my answer. So I don't need to subtract anything from it. I know that if I do this division over here, I've got 1 0 in the question, so I'm going to have 1 0 in the answer. So all I would do is I would say, right, 630 divided by 9 is going to give me 70. Because I don't want to subtract any zeros, I don't want to get rid of any zeros. I want to keep the amount of zeros the same, because so then I can have my 630 and my 70 with 1 0 in the question and 1 0 in the answer. Okay, here we had no zeros in the question, no zeros in the answer. Here we've got 1 0 in the question, so we've got 1 0 in the answer. Okay, let's move on to have a little look at this one. First things first, answer the first multiplication. So I've got 32 divided by something is going to give me 4. I can write my 4s down for 1, 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. So how many lots of 4 gave me 32? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 32 divided by 8 is going to give me 4. I can write that down here. 32 divided by 8 is going to give me 4. Okay? So then it says, so 3,200 divided by something is going to give me 40. Okay, if I've got 3,200 divided by something, it's going to give me 40. Now it becomes a little bit more of a challenge because I've got 1 0 in my answer and 2 zeros in my question. So this is when this method comes in really handy. When dividing, subtract the amount of zeros in the second number from the amount in the first number to get the amount of zeros in your answer. Put 1 0 in my answer. Here I've got 2 zeros. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to write 8 in here, and I want to take 1 0 off. So I've got a 0, so I'm down to 1 0 in my answer. So what I would do is I put another 0 in my question. Because it's division, we don't add up the total zeros. Because it's division, what we would do is say, right, these 2 zeros, they're going to cancel each other out. So now we've got the same as 320 divided by 8 is going to give you 40. 1 0 in the question, 1 0 in the answer. Or 3,200 divided by 80 is going to give you 40. Okay? We've got 2 zeros on this side of the question, 1 0 on this side of the question. 2 zeros take away 1 0, it's going to get us back to 1 0. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 3,200 divided by 80 is going to give you 40. Okay? The final question. 21 divided by something is going to give us 3. So 21,000 divided by something is going to give us 3. So let's have a little look. 21 divided by what's going to give us 3? Let's start off by writing our 3 times tables. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lots of 3 make 21. So 21 divided by 7 is going to give you 3. 21 divided by 7 is going to equal 3. So 21,000 divided by something is going to give us 3. 21,000 divided by something is going to give us 3. Again, we're going to need to use this part of this method, aren't we? When dividing, subtract the amount of zeros in the second number from the amount in the first to get the amount of zeros in your answer. In my answer, I have 0 zeros. I have no zeros. There's no zeros in my answer. So I need this to balance itself out, don't I? So what I need to happen is I need to put in 3 zeros in my answer to get rid of, 3 zeros in my question to get rid of these other 3 zeros in my answer, because I'm going to subtract those 3 zeros, aren't I? So what I would do is I would say 7, 1, 2, 3 zeros. 7,000, okay? So the 3 zeros that I've added has made it 7,000. 21,000 divided by 7,000 is going to give us 3. So let's check, does that work with this method? When dividing, subtract the amount of zeros in the second number from the amount in the first to get the amount of zeros in your answer. I had 3 zeros in this part of the question, in this number. I had 3 zeros in this number in this part of the question. 3 zeros take away 3 zeros will give us no zeros, because 3 take away 3 is going to give us 0. So these 3 zeros take away these 3 zeros, give us no zeros. Or we can do what we did before, where we cross them out. So I'm going to cross out this 0 for this 0, cross out this 0 for this 0, cross out this 0 for this 0. And now all of a sudden we've got 21 divided by 7 is going to give us 3, because these zeros cancelled each other out.
If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here, why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.